Meanwhile, a row has erupted over comments made by Sushma Swaraj that the Gita should be made the national book. Shashi Tharoor questioned how one holy book could be deemed as being holier than others in a multi-faith country, whereas the CPI's D. Raja, for instance, said that such statements damage the secular fabric of democracy. There was also a reaction of Mayawati, who called the statement dangerous. Well, apart from the political reactions, there have been a whole host of reactions from across the spectrum. Sambit Patra of the BJP joins us tonight. Amir Raza Hussain, well-known theatre personality and actor, here in the studio with us on this particular subject. Let me ask Amir Raza Hussain first. There are many people across faiths who derive a lot of solace, who read the Gita, who look at it for spiritual and other reasons. And some would say, in a sense, it's not really a religious book. So why have there been such strong reactions to this?
No. A lot of people gather solace from the Gita. A lot of people read the Gita. Would you know that the Gita was translated in 1946 in Lahore by a Muslim school teacher into Urdu? And at present, there is this educationist A.R. Sherwani, very, very well known. He's recording the Gita in Urdu for a vast number of people to hear and understand in a language which is familiar to them. So I don't think it is the Gita. I don't think it is the message of the Gita. It's not an extremely religious book. We've studied the Gita in philosophy in school, for example, and it's a message. It's saying one book should become a national book over others. It's not a message that is in isolation. Ever since the new government took over, there have been little statements, hit and run, a little something here, a little something there, which is making the atmosphere uncomfortable. So, whereas I don't have a problem with the Gita.
But you're saying no one book can be a national book in a country like ours.
I'm saying that viewed in a holistic way, with the statements of a lot of other BJP leaders in the last 6 months, it's worrying.
Sambit Patra, I'll take that to you. You heard what Amir Raza Hussain said. You also heard, I'm sure, what others in the political opposition had to say. They said, Shashi Tharoor made the point that, Hinduism, for instance, doesn't only have the Gita. There are, other books as well. So why only, the Gita? And in a country with many religions, can there be only one national book? Sambit.
See, I believe, your question has an answer. In the question you said that Hinduism has only not one book, it has a number of other books also. But remember, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj was speaking an event of commemoration of Bhagwad Gita as having been written since 5,551 years. It's those many years that Gita has been written. Probably then, not why probably, then even the word Hinduism did not exist. Hinduism is a recent connotation. So when something existed right from the very beginning when the civilization existed, it's but natural that it has an importance which is beyond the tangential lines of daily discussions of politics. The boogie of secularism is a daily discussion of politics nowadays. But for God's sake, I would say Gita, the Bhagwad Gita, should be kept somewhere apart from this boogie of secularism. Well, yes, we may fight over a number of other issues, but Gita does not call for it.
What does the boogie of secularism mean?
It means very rightly that it is not a book pertaining to a particular religion at all. It is a book pertaining to civilization, the civilization of this piece of land, and that is why some importance was attached to it by a minister. Though I do not want to enter into a fight whether it should be declared as a national book over others or not, but surely it is already...
That is the argument, sir.
No, it is already a national heritage. It is already a national heritage. And why a national heritage? It's an international heritage.
Sushma Swaraj she's a senior minister, okay? She's a senior minister in your government. She says it should be the national book. So does the BJP, does the party endorse that?
There's nothing wrong in according that respect to Bhagwad Gita. It already has that respect. I mean, there's no denying that it is one of the most important creations as far as the world of literature is concerned, not only in India, but in the international arena also. I'm not disputing it with any other religious book, but I would say Bhagwad Gita is beyond a religious book. It is mark of civilization, and there's nothing wrong when our civilization takes a pride in it. When Mr. Narendra Modi
disagrees.
No, you know, I mean, this is here where we waffle by saying it's not a religious book. It is a religious book. It is a religious book which is holy to the Hindus, and I don't have a problem in according it respect. Of course, we must accord it respect, but to give it an aura of becoming a debate where it is declared as a national book is something which is difficult to accept, which is very difficult to accept, and we can't waffle. We can't say that it's a 5,000-year-old book, it's a 2,000-year-old book, it's part of the civilization of India. Of course it's part of the civilization of India, but in today's debate and today's sense, it is a Hindu scripture. It is very clearly a Hindu scripture, and it remains that. And if you accord it a status above other religious books, then we are looking at a little problem
what is
in us.
ironic, Sambit, is that Mr. Modi himself, if I recall, had actually said that the constitution is above everything else.
And yet he went, and when he presented the Gita, to leaders abroad, he said, my secular friends in India are going to make a huge hue and cry about this.
Actually, nobody made a hue and cry.
Actually, nobody did.
Nobody did because he was well within his rights.
Absolutely,
to gift the Gita. It's a wonderful gift to give. But the question is whether it should be the national book, Sambit. You know, that is the point. And another question to you. Haryana's Chief Minister, Mr. Khattar, at the same event that Sushma Swaraj was speaking at, said that in fact the Gita should be considered above the constitution. Does the party endorse that?
See, I would believe that all these issues have to be looked in a different tangential line altogether, in the sense that let's not compare Gitas, Qurans and Bibles with Constitution. They are all in a different world altogether.
I'm only quoting what Mr. Khattar said.
No, I understand what Mr. Khattar said. I understand what we are debating, but I, as a personal self, would say we should not mix the two worlds. They are two worlds altogether. The world of belief, the world of spirituality, the world from where we derive our energy, and the world which rules the mundane world, that is a constitution. Remember, one is mundane, the other is spiritual. And that is the beauty of this beautiful existence that we all have. And as far as Bhagwad Gita is concerned, I mean, look, I would not say it is a religious book. I would maintain it is a book of civilization of this piece of land. I would not even say India, because back then there was nothing called as India. So I would say this piece of land has something called as Bhagwad Gita, which is a book of civilization, and that's the result as to why we say today that we should be proud of it.
Call it a book of civilization. I mean, I think as Amir Raza Hussain says that is how you may look at it, but others do not see it that way. And in a country with so many faiths, in a country in which Hinduism itself has so many different books, can there be one book that overrides them all? I mean, is that something that is
my answer is very
suggest?
simple. My answer is very simple to this. When the so many did not exist, the one existed. You know, and that's the reason as to why I with all respects to the so many, I mean, this is the beauty of the world, that we all have all kind of choice at our disposal to reach the way we call God. All choices are good. Every path is good, but when all did not exist, the one existed, and that's the reason as to why the one deserves equal respect as the all deserve.
No, everything deserves respect, but the point is, why does that make it? Does that make it the national book? Why should that make the Gita the national book?
You know, this is so typical of the party in power. One leader goes and makes a statement which is divisive.
Just
a second. I'm not talking about the particular statement. I'm saying one leader goes and makes a statement which is divisive, and BJP spokesmen come in and defend it and say, no, this is not what it was meant. This is, let's go back, look at history, look at geography, look at philosophy, and try to cover up the whole thing. But this has been happening for the last 6 months, every 2 weeks.
Are you saying there's a deliberate pattern to it?
I am saying there is a pattern to it. There is a definite pattern for all of us to see. Whether it is deliberate or not, I cannot say. But there is a pattern. It has been going on. It happened right in the beginning when the cabinet was announced. The Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office went and said, oh, first thing we have to do is to remove Article 370 from the Constitution. And then people got into the act and said, no, that's not what they meant. Now Kashmir elections are on. People are saying, no, it's not our agenda at the moment. But the point is, these statements from that time till today, every 2 weeks you will find some statement which is controversial or which is divisive coming from someone in the party, and then people rushing in to do damage control. So this is
Sambit, you want to take that on?
It's very worrying.
Yes, I would like to speak on this, but see, I mean, you may see a pattern on things, I mean, which was apart from Bhagwad Gita is a different issue altogether, though none of us see a pattern. I mean, Mr. Raza sees a pattern, but as far as Bhagwad Gita is concerned, I would still stick to the point that these issues like Bhagwad Gita should never be carried to the realm of a boogie of secularism. You know, enough of boogie of secularism. There is no second thought to it that, well, yes, Bhagwad Gita is existing since time. I would say when the civilization of this great land existed. So we all are part of it. Be the Hindus, the Muslims, the Christians, the Sikhs. We all are part of this land. So what is the problem?
Shouldn't India's constitution be the only national book that we have, frankly?
I told you, the constitution exists in the mundane world, and the spiritual world is dictated by books like Quran, Bible, Bhagwad Gita. So these are separate issues altogether. We cannot have a debate on both the worlds together, the mundane and the spiritual world. They are different worlds. Let's not mix them up.
Do you think that secularism in this country is a boogie?
No, the boogie the opposition plays, the boogie the so-called intellectual pay. I mean, the real secularism is one where Mr. Abul Kalam reads the Bhagwad Gita, where I read Bible. So that's the way the real secularism works. Actually, it does not work in the way where a particular community says that the other book does not belong to me, where everything belongs to everyone is real secularism.
We think secularism really, from what we have been given to understand, the secularism which has been practiced in India for the last 60 odd years has been something where there is a definite where religion and state do not mix. So the Prime Minister does not make a statement which is religious in nature. So the cabinet, ministers of the cabinet do not make overtly religious statements when they are in their public persona. Of course, everybody has to be welcome to practice their religion in private, but religion is something that needs to be kept away from the practice of governance. And that is what secularism is all about in this country. We must have a secular polity where religion doesn't come interfering, doesn't come creeping into the politics of governance or the politics of inter-party faith, any kind of public dealings must be kept away from religion. Now, that is something which we have been given to understand in our constitution as secularism, and that is what we have practiced. Now, this practice unfortunately is breaking up. Members of parliament are making statements which are fiery and which are overtly religious.
How long is this going to continue?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I think everyone has a right. It's just the two of you, so you can't complain about
I thought I just had the right to listen to.
No,
but anyhow,
go ahead.
Thank you for allowing me. And I would say that, let me remind you of what Mahatma Gandhi said about Bhagwad Gita. The country should know this. He is a father of nation. I lost my earthly mother who gave me birth long ago, but this eternal mother has completely filled her space by being by my side ever since. She has never changed. She has never failed me.
No. You know,
why are you also? Why are you all trying to stop me? I was never interjecting, Mr. Raja.
Gandhi is one of the most.
This is not secularism. This is not secularism. You should not be afraid that I will. I am contesting. You should not be afraid of that. You had your time. You had your views.
Okay,
I have my time. I have my views.
Okay.
I just said that. Well,
I'm just agreeing with you. I'm just agreeing with you. I'm saying Mahatma Gandhi did say.
Well, you agree with me in your time, Mr. Raza.
And
you agree with me in your time.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
This is what Mahatma Gandhi said, and I have umpteen number of great politicians, great philosophers of this country agreeing to the fact that Bhagwad Gita is more of a guide philosopher and friend than any kind of religious book. So just limiting Bhagwad Gita as a Hindu book, I believe is the greatest disregard to Bhagwad Gita, more than Hindu book or anything. It is, please, I am at the cost of repeating again and again, it is a creation of this civilization, and this civilization of India, so-called India. India did not exist then. Should so-called it in the international world also. And that's the reason as to why Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of the country, gifted this book not only in Japan, but also in America.
No one grudges him that. I don't think anybody grudges him that. I think the question really is whether we should have the Gita as a national book at the end of the day, or should it be the constitution that overrides everything else and is the last word?
May I just
last
say,
quick word.
You know, I think Mahatma Gandhi spoke about the Gita, so did Jawaharlal Nehru, the much maligned Jawaharlal Nehru, who is the father of secularism in this country. And what I need to say, these people were not suspect. These people were not suspect of undermining the basis of secularism. Where you have a party which has not proved its secular credentials, at least to people like me, then anything is suspicious. Nehru was a great man. He said so many things about Indian civilization, but we accept it and we agree with him. So do we with Mahatma Gandhi, because these were great secular leaders.
I think the debate is only limited to whether it should be the national book or not about the message that it sends, which I think very clearly we all agreed at the beginning is an important message and one that many people draw solace from, whatever religion they may be from. Thank you very much, Sambit Patra and Amir Raza Hussain, for joining us on this Face Off tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time.